Welcome, welcome everybody to yoga class today. All right, there's not actually anybody here, but moving forward, a lot of our classes in the studio are going to be hybrid classes, meaning we'll do them on Zoom and we'll also have space for currently up to 6 people in our classes, which is awesome. So we'll be having our classes as an option online, virtual through Zoom, or in the studio. So welcome to anyone watching this video currently. I did have no one show up for class today. Part of that's on me because marketing and advertising takes time. So I'm going to lead you through a Vinyasa Yoga class so you know what to expect when you do show up to a Zoom class or in the studio. My name is Ashley. I'm the owner of Ash's Yoga here in Poulsbo, Washington. It's a great little studio, very close to the waterfront in a little historic downtown district that is so cute. Perfect for yoga and then coffee and then beer or shopping. So it's a great little place. But let's get going with some yoga. So we're going to simply start standing today. You can keep those feet about hip distance apart, toes down into the ground. Roll those shoulders back and just feel this length, this strength as we find our mountain pose, Tadasana. Palms forward. On your next inhale, arms reach out and up, lift up, reach up, look up, connect those hands. Feel that connection? And then draw the hands down as you exhale to your heart. We'll do that a couple more times, connecting breath with movement. In through the nose, arms reach up, inhale. Out through the nose, exhale, hands to the heart. Do it again. Maybe add a bend to the knees. Let's do that. Bend the knees, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time. Bend the knees, reach up. Straight legs. Exhale, hands to your hearts. Hold it there. Close your eyes. Take this moment to simply set an intention or a thought of gratitude. Bring that to your mind. An intention is simply a word or phrase of how you want to show up right now, what we are cultivating for this practice or today. Inner peace, strength, enjoyment, manifesting happiness. All sorts of things to choose. Take a few more deep breaths with a slight constriction in the back of your throat called Ujjayi Pranayama, or in regular person terms, just a way to heat up the body through the breath and also bring awareness to that breath. And on that final exhale, take your hands down by your side. Let's move on. Reach the arms up. Inhale, connect the hands. We'll do a sun salutation slowly. Open those arms, diving down, hinge at the hips into your forward fold. That might be a little tight. It is on me, so I keep the knees bent for this first one. Lengthen through the back, lifting about halfway up, hands on the shins, and gazes at the top of the mat. And all you'll need today is your yoga mat, so don't worry too much about props or anything like that. Let's take the hands down to the floor. Walk your feet back like one step, little step at a time until you find this plank pose. Now plank is a strength building pose. There is no flexibility element really here. So you're gonna press through the hands, lifting through the upper back between the shoulder blades. Abs drawn in, legs engaged, nice and strong, just like you were in mountain pose. Now for this first one, let's take the knees down. Hug the elbows in, lower about halfway, bending the elbows to a tricep push-up. Press into the hands, straighten the arms, lifting the heart, rolling the shoulders back. Modified up dog on the knees, look forward. So we're not cranking or compressing the cervical spine by lifting the gaze too much. Look down, press into the hands, getting out of your turtle shell. Press into the hands, look down, tuck the toes, use your core strength to lift those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees one at a time. Yep, pedal the feet, shake out the head. Take one more deep breath. Press the heart towards the thighs, exhale. Then walk your feet forward, little steps to the top of the mat. You're gonna lift up halfway, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, or halfway lift. Exhale into full forward fold. Rising up, little bend in the knees, reach out, lift up. Bring the hands back down to your heart. Now let's do that again, syncing the breath with the movement. Arms down, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Nice swan dive type action there. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back, maybe one step at a time, plank pose. Take a breath here, shifting forward onto the fingertips, onto the tippy toes. Knees or no knees down, lower at bending those elbows. Chaturanga, it's often called. Up dog, inhale, you keep the knees off, engaging the abs to keep the back safe. And downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. Core strength draws you back. One deep breath. Go to walk, step, or jump the feet forward. Half lift. And you can choose feet hip distance or toes a little closer. Forward fold. Exhale. Rising up, inhale. Lift up. Hands come down. We'll do one more sun salutation A. That's what we just did. Inhale, arms out and up. Lengthen as tall as you can. Exhale, open the arms, lead with the heart as you hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step or hop back, find plank pose. Shift forward on the toes. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting the heart, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, and walk those feet forward or hop. Half lift. Exhale, fold. This time sit back into chair pose. So feet, again, either together, hip distance, bend the knees, sit back, reach those arms up. So we soften the shoulders, settling in, heels down, and we are going for sun salutation B. You should be able to wiggle the toes, gaze in front of your mat, about 6 feet in front of you or so. Take one more breath, reaching up or back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down, lengthen the legs. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step or hop back, plank pose. Same thing that we did with sun salutation A. Shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Now take a deep breath in, pressing the heels down. As you exhale, step your right foot between the hands. Lift the foot, step between the hands. You go back, heel spins down. Open those arms, rise up, warrior one. Soften the shoulders. Turn your shoulders and hips towards the front. Maybe even press those palms. Reach back, inhale. Exhale as you lean forward. We're just gonna do one lean forward. Inhale, connect the hands back up at the top. Exhale to the ground. Take the hands down, step the right foot or the front foot back to meet the left. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. One deep breath in. Now step the left foot forward between the hands, exhale. Back heel spins to the ground, warrior stance, rise up. Connect the hands, or actually not yet, exhaling. Now connect the hands, reach back, inhale. Exhale, lean forward, airplane arms reaching back. One time, reach up, inhale, connect the hands again, look up. Exhale, hands to the ground, step the front foot to meet the back. Shift forward, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Take one deep breath. Bend the knees, step or hop forward. half lift, forward fold. Now we're getting into it. Bend the knees, sit back, chair pose. Once again, reach up. As you exhale, come down, forward fold. We'll do Sun Salutation B once more. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Take a deep breath in. You might lift that right leg first if that feels okay for you. Step between the hands, exhale, low lunge. Back heel spins down, rise up, inhale. Connect the hands, right back down, exhale. Step to plank. Shift on the toes forward, exhale, lower. Upward dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Deep breath in, preparing that left leg to step forward, exhale, low lunge. Back heel spins, we rise, warrior one. Hands to the ground. Plank pose, step back, shift. Exhale, lower. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. One deep breath. Bend the knees, step or hop forward. Half lift, forward fold. Sit back, bend the knees to end and finish this Sun Salutation B, chair pose. And then hands down by your side, straighten the legs. Good job. Let's take the feet about hip distance apart, okay? In fact, let's take them a little bit wider. So that was more of our warm-up, a little more rigorous, getting some heat built and our bodies going. So we're going to slow it down a little. Some more breath-based movement, simple movement, and some standing poses. Bend the knees softly. Take the hands by the thighs. Draw the hands up to the shoulders. Take breath in. Exhale, press the hands forward. Just simply let the wrists grow loose. Zombie hands. Inhale as you brush the hands up high, straight legs. Exhale, bend the knees, lowering down into a squat. Keep the chest lifted, hands brush down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down. And you can guess this movement is actually called brush hands. Go figure. More of a Tai Chi style, although I am no Tai Chi expert. Do this one more time down the center. And we'll turn and face over the right foot. Turn that right foot to the side, straight legs. Maybe bend the left knee a little as you hinge at the hips over that right straight leg. Rise up, inhale. Switch. Exhale down. Inhale up. Let's go one more time, side to side. Fold on the exhale. Rise on the inhale. Connect the hands at the top, turn the toes out slightly, bend the knees and draw the hands to your heart as you lower into a squat. Now this one I want us to feel a little bit. It might be the first time our hips are opening this way in a while. So a little movement side to side, lift, making sure we've got a straight spine, press the elbows to the knees, avoiding this little round in the back, right? So we're going to lift and lengthen. To add a twist to this, which I really like, also just know that your heels might be up here and your booty might not be as far down. Just try our best to get that length through the spine, okay? Good. Take the right hand down to the floor, still pressing the tricep or the elbow into the knee. Reach the left arm up for this nice twist. I'd say a gentle twist, but it's not super gentle of a pose. It's not a gentle yoga pose. It's a yogi squat with an open twist. And then we get to switch sides. Other side. If you're watching this recording, you'll notice some lights and things passing behind me, and it's just because I didn't shut the door. And there's a lot of cars, so no big deal. Kind of like a little light show for you. And then take your hands back to the center, lift up a little taller. Forward fold, hands to the ground, lengthen the legs. Heels to the feet so that they're facing forward. Take a deep breath for a half lift. And then grab onto the ankles or the big toes as you fold down a little farther. You can hug your knees, give yourself some love, shake out the head. And then release the hands down to the floor, bend the knees, and we'll roll ourselves up or walk the hands up the body, right, to standing pose. Okay, come back to the top of the mat. We've got a few more standing poses for us to get into the middle of our practice. And it's just for a good sort of all over or well-rounded practice. We want to hit different spinal directions, twists, side bends, up and down, back bend, forward bends throughout the practice. So palms down, reach up, inhale. We'll use that sun salutation as a way to transition. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Step or hop the feet back to plank pose. Good, shift forward, inhale. Chaturanga, that's our vinyasa, upward facing dog. The vinyasa is this whole string of poses that gets us to downward facing dog. And lift your right leg up behind you. Bend the knee, open up that hip just to see what that feels like. You can rotate through that right ankle. It might feel good, it might not so much, so it doesn't have to be as high as I'm doing here. And then level off that hip so that we've got neutral hips pointed down. Keep the right knee bent, lift the left heel. Let's step that right foot forward in between the hands for a low lunge. Low lunge, extend the back leg. Go a little farther. Take that left hand, keep it down on the inside of the leg or the foot. Back knee can be up or down. Take the right arm and reach up for the twist. So I told you, we're doing twists, side bends, back bends throughout this practice. Now get lighter in that left hand that's on the ground. And even lighter as we start to rise up for a twisted lunge. It's not an easy transition, but we do our best. Adjust as needed. And here's a windmill effect to a warrior two. So we're in this twisted low lunge or high lunge. Reach the left arm up, right hand down, rotate, open, open, open towards the left side of the room. Your hips face the outside. Adjust the feet. So the front heel is in line with the back arch. Left hip comes down, level hips, shoulders soft. Warrior two. Gazing at the front fingers. Can you reach a little longer? Flip that front palm. Take the left hand, slide it down the back leg as you reach up with that right arm, feeling that side bend through the right side, the rib cage, from the hip to the pinky finger. Bend a little deeper in the knee. Deep breaths, even here. Lift back up to warrior two. Let's try this. Let's try it, okay? Look forward, reach forward. Bend the back knee, shift forward, right hand towards the ground. Back leg picks up, stack the hips, open, flex through that back foot. Heel presses, and the right hand does not have to touch the floor. You could stay upright a little bit more so for balance, but stay open and vibrant. This is often called half moon, his pose. Look down towards that bottom thumb, or if your balance is pretty steady, start to look up. Right, step back slowly, feeling that right ankle. Oh, there we go. Now let's close it up. Take the back hand down and around. Reach up, pick up the back heel, crescent lunge. Hands to the ground, exhale. Step that front foot to a single leg plank pose. Single leg, shift forward. Chaturanga. One leg, Up dog, you can stay floating on those left toes. Downward facing dog. Right leg stays up. Now try this. Bend the knee, open the hip. Shift forward so your shoulders are over your wrists, and take that right foot way behind you to the ground. Pivot on that back heel so the blade of the foot is down. Pick up the right hand, hips to the sky. The right foot does not have to be far from the left, so nothing too crazy. Extend that right arm forward. Turn the heart towards the ceiling and enjoy. You could look down, bend the hips or bring the hips down a little bit just to keep it easy for us. Take that right hand down to the ground, right foot picks up. One more time, step between the hands into low lunge. Rise up to a crescent lunge, reach up. Open to warrior two, just an exhale there. Reverse warrior inhale. And flow back down, exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to regular plank pose. Shift forward, exhale, lower. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Second side. Lift the left leg up into the up behind you. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Just stay here though. Good, let's level off the hips, keep the knee bent. Take a deep breath in, lift that right heel off the ground, step between the hands, exhale, low lunge. Wiggle the back foot a little farther, lengthen through the leg. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up for that twist. Now rise up onto the fingertips, get lighter. The back knee can be up or down depending on checking in with that breath. See if it's still steady, still able to maintain your peace. Rise up like someone's pulling that left hand up with a string. Lift up, stack the shoulders over the hips. Look back towards that left thumb. Good, then that right hand comes up, flip the hand, reach up. Left hand comes down, circle. Windmill effect or pivot. Adjust the feet so the front heel and back arch are in line with each other. Warrior two. Good, and then flip that front palm. Reach it way up. Find that side bend. Side bend, but also reaching up. Rather than more back, let's reach up, lengthen, bending into that knee. Look up. Now rise back up. Whew. There we go. Now let's try this. Back to that balance pose again, okay? Reach long forward. Bend a little deeper into the knee. Feel that hip crease pull back. Look forward, shift forward. Back foot inches forward. Maybe it's one big step. Maybe it's a couple. As you open, stack the right hip over the left. Bottom toes still point forward. Back toes face the right side of the room. And keep your gaze steady either down towards your left thumb or towards your right hand or anywhere in between. Half moon. Good balance position. A lot of it. Great, vibrant energy cultivated here. And if you fall, no big deal. Just come back and do it. It's going to be more challenging on carpet and if you are continuously listening to me talking. Okay, step it back slowly. Warrior two. Back hand down and around, big circle, back heel lifts up. Hands to the ground, step the left foot back to single leg plank pose. Shift high up on the right toes, exhale, lower, chaturanga. Right knee can be down or lifted. Up dog, inhale, squeeze the left glute. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend that left knee again, open up in the hips, rotate through the ankle if that feels good. Lift the heels, shift forward. Let's try this. Left foot goes behind you, wherever it lands. Pick up the left hand, it gets light and then reaches up. Extend it forward as your body starts to turn into more of that back bend shape. So instead of letting that upper hand just hang out loose, really reach it. That's going to help that opposite hand, the bottom hand, press into the ground and also lengthen as you reach the left hand. Palm down, not up, down. Good, then look down to where that hand typically goes, lower the hips a little bit, replace the hand to the ground, pick up the left foot, inhale, exhale, step between the hands. Crescent lunge or low lunge to crescent lunge, reach up. Open to warrior two, drop the back heel, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. And hands down to the ground. Step that right foot or left foot, both feet back, plank, shift forward. Chaturanga, full low plank pose. Upward facing dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Nice job. We're going to come down now onto the knees. So you can come to the knees and swing the legs around, or join me in jumping through the hands. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump as you sit back. Good. Extend the legs forward. Let the feet press forward, toes pull back, reach up. There you go. Find length and fold forward. You may or may not grab the toes, just find that length through the spine. That's pretty good. Let's lift back up. Take the feet together, knees open. Hold on to the feet. Sorry, there wasn't a lot of words there. I was enjoying that forward fold. So lift up, roll the shoulders back. This will help the hips. It's bound to angle pose. So you lift high, and you might not need too much fold forward. Maybe a little pull, or even the hands behind the back pressing down onto the floor to help you fold. But it's not a deep fold here. So focus on opening up the hips, your butterfly legs, lifting through the heart, creating this tall posture. Lately, we're doing anything that avoids this rounding position, which we have a tendency to stay in while we're on our computer or sitting or anything during our days now. So let's really focus on shoulder blades coming together down the back, long spine. Breathing deeper into the belly. Good, and then rise back up. Take the knees together. Guess what we get to do? A little bit of core work, just a little ab exercise of sorts. Not just abs, but for the entire section from the hips and up. Boat pose or Navasana. Lean back, lift the legs. This might be your place, or we reach, and we'll just hold a few breaths here, shoulders back, chest lifted like someone's pulling a string upwards and forward. And for more challenge or to feel a little more shakiness, we might straighten the legs. That's going to get you more into the quads than it is into the abs. A few more deep breaths, why not? Keep reaching, keep lifting. And we're down. Let that go, feet to the floor. Toes to the top of the mat, knees together, reach forward. Let's roll it down to our backs. I'm gonna roll down to the ground. Lengthen the legs, give it a long stretch, reaching back in front with the toes and the fingers. Then hug the knees in. Rock yourself side to side. Place the feet down then onto the ground, knees and feet hip distance, knees bent a lot. Palms down, head is heavy. Press into the hands, press into the heels. Lift those hips, low back and mid back. Draw the shoulders together. It might be helpful to interlace the fingers. We've got bridge pose. And from this bridge pose, this back activating pose, slowly lower back down. It might feel good to drop the knees side to side. We'll get into another twist soon, but this is sometimes good just to neutralize and really get rid of any stuck points in the lower back. And for a little bit of increase in blood flow, let's take those feet straight up above the hips. We're good here today. I do often offer a shoulder stand here as an option. On video, sometimes not so much, just because that can be a pose where I really want to take a look at everybody and make sure that you're doing okay, there's no pain. We're not going to get hurt today. We want to feel good. Challenged but good at the end. I want tomorrow for you to say, yeah, that was a good idea to do that yoga practice. Your body feels worked. Your breath feels a little deeper. Then take that right leg down to the floor, hugging the left knee in towards the shoulder. Taking a deeper twist on your next exhale, take that leg across the body, pick up the bottom hip, and just tuck it under a little to create a long, nice, straight spine. Spinal twist. Left shoulder should be down, anchored to the floor, just like the right. And then bring that leg back to the center. Knee hugs in. Extend that leg. Other leg comes in. Pull it, give it a squeeze. And then tuck the bottom hip under as you roll onto that right hip, that right side, or left side. Right leg comes across. Open arm, look away from the legs. Extend the twist all the way up through the head. Then bring the leg back up to the center. Hug the knee in. And then extend it. Both legs extended. This is where we get into Shavasana, our final resting pose, where we hold a couple minutes, just a few minutes. Give yourself at least a few minutes here. So let the feet fall open, hands rest by your side. Close your eyes and just allow that body to relax, to melt, to absorb, to do all that it needs to do to find peace in this moment. So we'll spend the next few minutes here and I will guide you out. You are welcome to stay here longer, no problem. You just shut me off, push pause. Otherwise, let's do this. All right, start to take a deep breath in. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Come back to the sensations of your body. Take your hands and reach them overhead. Rock your head side to side. Just a slow and gentle way to reawaken. Take a big, long stretch. Then bend the knees and roll to your side. Tuck your hips under, knees to the side. You might use one arm as a little pillow. And again, you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like, or join me with this conclusion as a way to sort of bookend the practice. So you rise up, lift up, and sit up tall. Palms up. Right? Look forward. Maybe put a slight smile on your face, a good intention in your hearts, a thought of gratitude in your mind. Inhale, reach those arms up. Connect the hands, bring them down to your heart. Keep them there. Take one more breath. Inhale. Fully let go. Thank you so much for joining me for this Vinyasa Yoga practice, a demo of what you would receive here at Ash's Yoga Studio, in person or on video. Namaste.